Have you noticed that you feel sleepy much earlier in the evening than you used to? That you are falling asleep by 8 or 9 p.m., but then waking up at 3 or 4 in the morning, completely unable to go back to sleep? Or perhaps you have noticed that your sleep simply does not feel as deep or as restorative as it once did. You wake up feeling like you never quite reached the kind of sleep that leaves you truly rested. If any of this sounds familiar, here is what is actually happening. Your brain's internal sleep clock, a biological mechanism that has been timing your sleep and wakefulness your entire life, has physically shifted as you have aged. And this shift is the root cause of many of the sleep problems seniors experience after 60. The good news is that this clock, though it has shifted, can be meaningfully influenced, not with medication, not with supplements, with specific, natural behaviors that are backed by published research and used by sleep scientists around the world. Today, I am going to explain exactly what has happened to your sleep clock and walk you through 4 natural strategies to help reset it. Let's get into it. Your body has a master internal clock called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, located in the hypothalamus region of the brain. This master clock controls nearly everything in your body that runs on a 24-hour cycle. Your sleep and wakefulness, your body temperature, your hormone production, your digestion, and your energy levels. This internal clock does not run in isolation. It is constantly receiving signals from your environment, primarily light, and using those signals to stay synchronized with the actual 24-hour day around you. Daylight, exercise, social activity, meal timing, and a regular sleep-wake schedule all allow the body to keep a normal circadian rhythm. Changes to any of these behaviors, or a lack of these environmental cues, can disrupt the circadian rhythm. When everything is working well, your internal clock aligns beautifully with the world around you. You feel alert during the day, naturally sleepy at a reasonable hour in the evening, and you sleep through the night into the morning. But after the age of 60, this clock undergoes a significant biological shift, and understanding that shift is the first step toward addressing it. Starting at age 60 to 65, circadian rhythms get earlier. This shift, known as a phase advance, means that older adults begin performing mental tasks better in the morning and start feeling sleepy earlier in the evening. This phase advance is one of the most consistently documented findings in sleep science. Cross-sectional studies comparing older and younger adults reliably show that adults in their 60s and above are significantly more likely to endorse a tendency for rising from and retiring to bed earlier than adults in their 20s and 30s. Longitudinal tracking of over 500 adult men over 23 years confirmed a steady shift in the distribution toward a morning-type chronotype as they aged. What drives this shift? 2 primary mechanisms. First, the master clock itself weakens with age. Significant changes in circadian rhythms occur with aging, including a shift in phase toward a morning chronotype and a loss of rhythmicity in circulating hormones. These changes are associated with sleep problems with cognition, and nighttime agitation in elderly people. Second, melatonin, the hormone your pineal gland produces to signal that sleep is approaching, declines significantly with age. Total melatonin secretion declines with age, beginning perhaps as early as the 3rd decade of life. And because melatonin is one of the primary signals your master clock uses to regulate the sleep-wake cycle, less melatonin means a weaker, earlier, and less reliable sleep signal. The result is what many seniors experience: feeling genuinely sleepy at 7 or 8 p.m., dozing off on the sofa, then either going to bed very early and waking at 3 a.m., or fighting the early sleepiness, going to bed at their normal time, and still waking far too early because their internal clock has already moved on. There is something else important that Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health Research has found. Disruptions in circadian rest activity rhythms in older adults have been associated with a greater risk of cognitive decline and related dementias. This tells us that the state of your circadian clock is not only about sleep quality, it is connected to your broader brain health as you age. Keeping your circadian rhythm as strong and regular as possible matters beyond just getting a good night's rest. Now let me walk you through 4 strategies that research supports for helping reset and strengthen the circadian clock naturally. I will be honest about what each one can and cannot do. This is the single most powerful natural tool for resetting a shifted circadian clock, and it is available to almost everyone at no cost. Here is the science. Light is the primary signal your brain's master clock uses to calibrate itself to the 24-hour day. When light enters your eyes in the morning, it travels directly to the suprachiasmatic nucleus and tells it, the day has started. This signal suppresses melatonin, raises alertness, and, critically, shifts the timing of your internal clock slightly later. Done consistently, this gradual shifting can meaningfully counteract the advance that comes with aging. Research has found that bright light therapy is an affordable, effective, fast-acting therapy for age-related circadian disturbances, with many advantages over pharmacological alternatives. Studies have found significant improvements in sleep quality and in the main parameters of circadian rhythms following morning light exposure in elderly subjects. In elderly patients with insomnia, daily 45-minute sessions of morning light exposure over 2 months produced sustained improvements in sleep onset time and total sleep duration. How to do it practically. Within 30 minutes of waking, go outside and spend 20 to 30 minutes in natural daylight. You do not need direct sunlight. Even overcast outdoor light is significantly brighter than indoor lighting and sufficient to send a strong signal to your brain's clock. If going outside is not possible due to mobility or weather, a light therapy lamp, providing at least 10,000 lux, available in most pharmacies and online, can serve as a substitute. One important nuance: avoid bright light in the 2 hours before bed. Evening light, especially from screens, shifts your clock later and makes it harder to fall asleep. Consistent sleep and wake times are foundational to maintaining circadian health. The most important factor is consistency. Waking at the same time every day, even on weekends, helps maintain a stable circadian rhythm. Your internal clock needs regular anchoring points to stay calibrated. Every morning you wake at a different time, you are essentially giving your clock a slightly different starting signal, and over time, this variability weakens the clock's amplitude and makes it easier for the phase advance to deepen. The recommendation from sleep scientists is specific. Choose a wake time you can commit to 7 days a week, including weekends and holidays, and hold to it even on nights when you slept poorly. Over 2 to 4 weeks, this consistency alone produces measurable improvements in sleep quality and circadian stability. This is the single most accessible and cost-free strategy on this list, and arguably the most impactful for long-term circadian health. Strategy 3. Meal timing. This one surprises most people. Your body does not only have one internal clock, it has clocks in nearly every organ and tissue, all of which take cues from your environment to stay synchronized with each other and with the master clock. Research has found that eating meals at later times can shift circadian rhythms later, and by implication, eating meals earlier and more consistently can help reinforce an earlier, more stable circadian pattern. Meal timing is one of the environmental cues the body uses to keep its circadian rhythm on track, and changes in eating timing can disrupt the rhythm just as changes in sleep schedule or light exposure can. What this means practically: eat breakfast within 1 to 2 hours of waking. Eat dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before your intended bedtime. Avoid large meals or significant snacking after 7 p.m. These are not drastic changes, but their consistency over time sends reliable signals to your body's peripheral clocks that reinforce and stabilize your master clock's timing. Exercise is another powerful circadian Zeitgeber, a German scientific term meaning time giver, a signal your body uses to calibrate its internal clock. Being active during the day rather than sedentary and staying at home is one of the main ways to keep the circadian rhythm on track. Daylight and exercise together represent two of the most important environmental cues for maintaining a normal circadian rhythm. Morning or afternoon physical activity supports circadian realignment. However, intense exercise late in the evening should be avoided, as it raises hormones and body temperature in ways that can delay sleep onset and disrupt the clock. For seniors, this does not mean intense exercise. A consistent 20 to 30-minute walk in the morning, which combines both the movement signal and the light exposure signal simultaneously, is one of the most efficient circadian reset tools available. Chair-based movement, gentle stretching, or any form of regular daytime activity can contribute similarly. The key word, again, is consistency. An occasional walk does little for your circadian clock. Daily movement at roughly the same time each day sends a powerful, repeated signal that your body learns to expect and synchronize to. I want to be honest with you about what these strategies can and cannot achieve. They will not completely reverse the biological phase advance that comes with aging. That shift is driven by real changes in the brain itself, a gradual weakening of the suprachiasmatic nucleus, and a decline in melatonin production. And no lifestyle strategy eliminates those changes entirely. What these strategies can do is meaningfully stabilize and strengthen your circadian rhythm, reduce the severity of the phase advance, improve the depth and consistency of your sleep, and support your broader brain health over time. Results are not immediate. Most people following these strategies consistently begin noticing meaningful changes in 2 to 4 weeks. Some need longer. The determining factor is almost always consistency rather than effort. Everything shared today comes from research published by Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, the Journal of Clinical Investigation, the National Institutes of Health, the Sleep Foundation, and Yale School of Medicine. No exaggeration, no miracle claims, just the honest science of your body's internal clock and how to work with it rather than against it. Your sleep clock has shifted. That is real, it is documented, and it is not your fault, but it is also not completely beyond your influence. The 4 strategies we covered today, morning light, consistent wake time, meal timing, and daytime activity, are the most evidence-based natural tools available for helping your brain's clock stay as strong and well-timed as possible. Start with 1, be consistent, and build from there. If you found this video helpful and honest, please consider subscribing. We publish regular content on natural senior health, always based on real research, never exaggerated. Take care of yourself, and good night. Subscribe for more honest senior health. No exaggeration, just real science. This is part of our Sleep Problems After 60 series. Make sure you watch the other videos in this series for more effective tips and solutions to improve your sleep. For more information on different health conditions, visit our website, www.healthabulous.com.